Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fat Jocks. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for tuning in. We got a great show for you today. But before we even get into the show, if you've seen the show, you know what to do. Go over to Apple, give us a 5-star podcast review and rating and all of that. If you got any questions, send them over to fatjockspod@gmail.com. That is fatjockspod@gmail.com. Mr. Brian Vokey, how do you say your name? Mr. Brian Vokey. With the torn rotator cuff and all. What did we talk about today?
Holy Toledo, we got a good one for you folks. We get into the NBA playoffs. Bruce quizzes me on Pete Briscoe's top 10 NFL players, 1 through 10. I get 8 out of 10 right, I think. Pretty sure. And the other two, I think Pete Briscoe was wrong. Honestly, not me. We preview the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight. We discuss Billy Hamilton's Renaissance. Or no, that's not what that is. What is it called when somebody comes back?
I'd say a Renaissance.
It's not a Renaissance. It's what Christ did. Resurrection. Billy Hamilton's resurrection. And I take my friend Kyrie Irving to task. My former friend, Kyrie Irving. Kind of over you, dog. All that, a whole lot more. Enjoy the show, folks. God bless.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Fat son of a bitch. He's fat.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
He's fat.
Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
He's fat.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I couldn't care less.
This call is coming in from 661. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Bruce Gray. I'm calling from Bakersfield, California. I just want to say Danny Ainge sucks. Fuck Danny Ainge.
Dude, Danny Ainge rules, and you know he rules.
I don't know enough about Danny Ainge to have a good opinion. I don't think.
As a president, he was the architect of the.
I know that. See, I know he's like the Theo Epstein of the Celtics, of like the Garnett, Ray Allen,
first big
Paul
three
Pierce
ever.
days. Yeah, first big three.
He invented the big three. Another thing is the Celtics have the most tied now as of last year with the Lakers, 17 apiece, most championships in NBA history. Danny Ainge is the only guy to build a championship team for the Boston Celtics that had nothing to do with Red Auerbach. Red Auerbach was the coach, and then he was the team president all the way till he died in 2006. Like, he was with the Celtics from the 50s to 2006. So Danny Ainge is the only guy to succeed. He's also been essentially the Celtics have had 2 presidents of operations since the 50s. They're like the Steelers in that way.
Yeah, because even Danny Ainge has only hired 2 coaches. It was Doc Rivers forever, and then it's been Brad Stevens.
Yeah, it was Brad Stevens and Doc Rivers since 2006.
And Danny Ainge, first dude to ever trade a coach.
Really? Did he trade Doc Rivers? Oh yeah, yes.
Did he trade Doc Rivers to the Clippers?
Yeah, I think he did.
Everyone was like, "What the fuck was that? I didn't even know you could trade a coach."
Yeah, dude. Because Doc Rivers was pulling a Trump, and he was just playing golf too much.
Doc Rivers, he was hanging with Trump.
No, I said he was pulling a Trump where he was just playing a shitload of golf when he was.
I thought you said he was hanging with Trump and playing too much golf.
No. Doc Rivers is a Christian man. He does not like an old school, like a Steve Harvey type of Christian guy. I bet Steve Harvey is kind of friends with Trump.
A Steve Harvey Christian.
Yeah.
There's Clinton Republican. There's Clinton Democrats, and there's Steve Harvey Christians. That's so funny. Yeah, right here. They agreed on a principle on a deal that will send Doc Rivers to Los Angeles. Yeah, so funny. Funny to trade a coach.
Yeah, I know. I mean, first of all, what coach, the only way a coach is tradable is if they're still good. And then it's like, why are you getting rid of them?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, yeah, so this whole thing just came out today. This is Wednesday. So episode comes out tomorrow, with this 24 hours before the episode comes out. So news came out today. Danny Ainge is leaving the team. He's going to help the team through this transition, and Brad Stevens is taking over his president of operations job. Yeah. Meaning now there's a vacancy at head coach. Because when I originally read this, I thought it meant that Brad Stevens was going to double up Pete Rose style, kind of.
Popovich style. That's what Popovich has been doing since 1996, I think.
He's been president, and he's been
or he was, I think for a while he was vice president of operations, but he's had an executive role and a coach position since 1996.
Yeah, and Brad Stevens is basically just saying that he's drained after the bubble.
Yeah, and the thing
I
that
want you to drain my bubble, Brad Stevens. Get over it.
it sounds like you have like a cyst or something.
I know. I know. I said drained and bubble, and I was like, I got to do something here.
Yeah, that's not.
I got to get something
sexual.
out of this.
Yeah. I got a big fucking on my back.
Why don't you come over to my house and drain my bubble, baby?
Oh God.
Or just sounds like I have a bulbous egg-shaped penis.
Which one? Who had the egg-shaped penis?
Weinstein had the Harvey Weinstein, yeah.
And Epstein.
Or no, Epstein might have had
Epstein had the egg-shaped.
Epstein had the egg, and Harvey Weinstein had like his penis was like burned off or something.
Yeah, he had like whatever you get, like trench foot, but on his cock, like whatever.
Yeah, he had gangrene. Yeah,
gangrene on his cock. Yeah,
trench cock.
He was masturbating with moss or something.
Ugh. He would put tiger stick on there, like the pine tar.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Well, hey, Brad Stevens, he's moving up, going to the front office.
I got to tell you, I don't think this is a good move, and a lot of people are criticizing this because they think Brad Stevens doesn't deserve the position, and I am inclined to agree with folks about this, but not for the same reasons. I think Brad Stevens, he should be down to like, I don't know if like basketball has an offensive or defensive coordinator. I don't know if they have offensive assistants, but that's where the thing that he's smartest at is like, he's known for the out of timeout plays and like really smart defensive coach and like a play that from out of a timeout and like the actual game of basketball. Yeah. Where his problems come is on how to use his pieces or how to lead. Like when Kyrie was there, Kyrie needs an alpha coach because Kyrie's a fucking dumbass, narcissist, self-obsessed piece of shit. And so he needs somebody like in charge of him or he'll ruin the entire culture of a locker room, which is what he's done in 2 different places and he's eventually going to do in Brooklyn. But he's not a leader. He doesn't have an agent. So
Kyrie?
No. Brad Stevens doesn't have an agent. So he's not well versed in the corporate world. He's not very good at the leader. He's not good at all the stuff a president needs to be good at.
Why would he need an agent?
All coaches have agents. Anybody who's signing multi-million.
Okay. That makes sense.
Is going to have an agent.
Well, what you get an agent? That's how you get, or maybe Doc Rivers didn't have an agent. That's how he got traded.
Or he very much did have an agent. That's how he didn't get fired and did get traded.
did get traded.
Yes. Maybe he's the best agent out there.
Yeah. It was like, how would I invent something right now? Yeah. What's your idea? It's literally an Air Bud thing. It was like, there's no rules. It says you can't trade a coach.
Yeah. Exactly.
So then all I really know about Brad Stevens is that he was kind of like a wonder kid coming out of Butler.
Yeah. He took Butler to the Final Four twice under the age of 35. He's a great coach as far as the basketball, but as far as everything a president needs to do, as far as dealing with agents, as far as leading a team, being cutthroat, being in charge, like that's not him. He's not. And the idea that like, because you're burnt out, you're going to get a promotion. That's kind of strange. It's like, do you think the hours go down? Like, of course you don't have to travel as much, but I mean, you look at how presidents of teams age like presidents of countries. Like it's not a simple job. So I don't like the idea of being like, hey, I'm just burned out. And they're like, well, okay, how about we move you to a tougher position? Let's do that.
Or it's like it's in my mind, it's kind of like a desk job thing where it's like you go from like when you're a shitty cop, it's like you want to work traffic or you want to fucking be a desk jockey.
Yeah, what he should be doing is he should be the highest. He should be like how Thibodeau used to be the highest paid defensive assistant on a bench.
Yeah,
when Thibodeau was with Doc Rivers in the Celtics, he was like known as a genius defensive coach. Brad Stevens should go somewhere and just coach offense. Offense and defense. He should be an assistant. That's what he should be, not a head coach. They need somebody else who can relate to the players. And because Boston's lacked an edge, they have Marcus Smart. He's got an edge. Other than that, they've never had an edge under Stevens. And when Doc Rivers was there, they had Rondo and they had Kevin Durant. They had Big Baby. And they had Kendrick Perkins. They had dudes who had serious edge to them. And it doesn't work in the playoffs. You got to have an edge to you. I mean, we're watching right now, like, Chris Paul has the sharpest edge of anybody in all of basketball, and they are just He's decimating the Lakers with one arm.
Yeah.
The Suns are looking amazing.
Did you watch that game yesterday? Fucking Lillard literally dragging his team into the game. Fucking unreal, dude.
Yeah, the Portland Trailblazers frustrate me. I have more on Ainge. We'll double back to that. But the Portland Trailblazers frustrate me because if you watch them and you watch Joseph Nurkic, like he shows up to play like every 5 days. And when he shows up to play, he is a baller. And he should be a all-pro center. He should be competing with Joker for is it Jokic? It's Jokic, right?
Jokic, yeah.
Yeah, Jokic. He should be competing with him for best center in the West, but it's just not happening because he just doesn't have any fucking teeth to him. CJ McCollum, he's just like real hit or miss. Like some days he's on fire, but he's like a Lou Williams or like a Jamal Crawford, where it's just like, he's a heat check guy. You can't rely on him every night. Ennis Cantor cannot play defense at all, so you need Nurkic in there. Yeah, that team is like, they are what they are. They're a first round, second round team. They can get hot, go to a third round, but they'll never be a championship team with that roster.
Yeah.
Robert Covington starting. What are you doing over there?
Yeah, but man, Lillard is a fucking tank, dude.
Yeah, Lillard's the Oakland point guard right there.
Yeah. Sorry, but go back to Ainge.
I just want to bring back a couple of my favorite moments. I don't know if I have share screen capabilities. Do I?
I gave it to you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Have I ever shown you when Danny Ainge threw a basketball right in Mario Ellie's face?
I don't think so.
This is one of the greatest moments in basketball. This is when he was with Barkley and the Suns when they went to the finals that year against the Bulls. Barkley's MVP year.
Ellie, watch this.
Hold on, I'll share screen now. Okay, you got that?
I do.
So this is when this is on the inbound pass. Watch this shit.
Very wisely walked away. Now watch Ellie number 7. He's going to turn and look at this.
Boom! I love how they play it 3 times.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, in slow-mo. This is what we were talking about a few weeks ago whenever we were like, maybe it is good that people aren't suplexing each other.
Yeah.
But I would like to see people throw the basketball at each other more often.
Yeah, I think like I don't understand. I mean, listen, it's entertaining, but it's not basketball. You know what I mean?
No.
Like we can't pretend that was the golden years because it's like, you mean when they weren't playing basketball, when players were out because they got fucking cold cock, which is what I'm going to show you now. Here's another great moment in Danny Ainge's history as a fucking player. Where is it? It's when he was with the Celtics. He got cold. This is a nice punch. Where is it? Here it is. I forget who punched him, but it's one of those delayed staggered knockouts.
Yeah.
It's great. Get over here, cocksucker. Here it is. Shout out to B-Ball Vault. Okay, so it looks like they're playing. Ooh, so somebody pushed Ainge. They're playing the Sixers, so they always fought the Sixers. Ainge
doesn't even know who pushed.
Caught him with a right hook. Now watch this. And down. He took about 5 steps.
Yeah.
He was
adrenaline brought him all the way there. Yeah, people don't really throw hands as much anymore. They get
arrested.
They get into scuffles now.
We live in a world where fans get arrested for throwing empty plastic bottles at players.
Yeah. But yeah, so
let's see. Let's watch it again. It's coming back. Hold on. We got to get the slow-mo. Also, one thing I do love about the old era is they showed the replays of this shit. Now they would be like, we're not even.
Now they cut away and you have to watch it. You have to go to B-Ball Vault or somebody like that to watch it.
Here it goes.
Looks like he was pushed.
So he got pushed
by one of his teammates, and he pushed Danny Ainge down. Now let's watch what happens.
And here he goes. Danny Ainge goes, "Fuck you," pushes him, says some shit, pushes him right in the shoulder, and then watch this hook. Doom.
Oh dear.
Hook. That is a clean fucking hook.
That was nice.
I bet that dude was a Golden Gloves.
That was nice. Yeah.
Okay. How do I get? Yeah, there we go. But I feel like, I like that we see the replays, but now moving into the new era of basketball. And like I said, we have defended the new era of basketball. It is nice that now they have to play basketball. They can't just fucking beat the shit out of each other and consider that a game. But Kyrie Irving in Boston, former Celtic, disgrace to the franchise.
Are you talking about the stomp? Are you mad about the stomp?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily mad about the stomp. I'm just sick of Kyrie Irving. I'm sick of his soul searching, his embarrassing. He's like that. He's probably, like I said, I think I relate to him. It was probably like me coming home for Thanksgiving where they're like, okay, he was vegan last Thanksgiving. Let's see what it is this one. And it's like this one, oh, now he's just dumpstering food. He doesn't believe in corporate agriculture. So he's just trying to, you know what I mean? Like every day, Kyrie's got a new care, new passion. He's Native American. He's Muslim. Like, anyway, I don't know what he's so angry at Boston for, because he showed up there and he failed. And so he's playing the Celtics and he stomps on Lucky. So Lucky is the name of the mascot for the Boston Celtics. He's the guy with the cane and the 4-leaf clover vest. And
he's a leprechaun.
He's a leprechaun. But he didn't just stomp on him. He like put a cigarette out on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. He stomped and smushed. Yeah. He stomped like he was like he caught somebody with weed at a music festival.
Yeah. Like he's putting out a cigarette. And now, to be fair, in defense of Kyrie Irving, I don't know if this guy who threw the bottle at Kyrie Irving saw that, but maybe they played it on the Megatron. Maybe they, because Kyrie was getting booed like a motherfucker as he was going back into the tunnel. And so the guy throws an empty plastic bottle at him. And like, I get it. It's disrespectful. But do we really need to put this guy in handcuffs? And like, he was put in handcuffs and sent to jail. Do you know how much shittier that guy's life is than Kyrie Irving's? And he's going to jail. If we're going to arrest people for nonchalant bullshit, let's arrest him for fucking disrespecting Lucky. That'd be hilarious if Boston just put him right in handcuffs.
We got put in handcuffs immediately.
Yeah, for vandalism. But like, dude, I don't know. Like, it's interesting this because the NBA people are going nuts right now. The dumping the popcorn on Russell Westbrook was
So there's been a few events, and I have them right here. There was the dumping popcorn on Russell Wilson's head.
Didn't somebody spit on Trae Young?
Yeah, so that's the next one. And Russell Wilson got popcorn dumped on him whenever he was leaving with an injury, which is like, that's kind of a little.
Yeah, no. I don't think the guy should have thrown the bottle at Kyrie, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, pretend that it made sense that he was put in handcuffs.
The guy who spat on Trae Young, that guy should probably have been arrested. That's like actually illegal.
Communicable disease. Disease. We are in a pandemic. Bodily fluids. Also, it's just fucking nasty. Although it's in some circles, it is a sign of respect. I mean, used to go to street punk shows, and
somebody spits on you in a
it's like, right on, brother. You're having a great time. Let me spit in your fucking face.
The Celtics fan throwing the bottle at Kyrie Irving, and then a fan ran on the court during the game for the 76ers. But I think that guy ran on the court because he saw so many other people getting on TV for running on the court.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl didn't like a gay guy do something during the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
He was like wearing a pink like thong or some shit.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of the old school thing of like a streaker.
Yeah, I'm not like, listen. In defense of Kyrie Irving and all of the NBA players, the fans are losing their goddamn minds.
And that's what I'm kind of curious, like where you stand on that is like why. I think that a few people did something, they saw it get coverage, and then now
I'm just thinking about like, you only command respect at the millionaire level. It's like the people who have the best lives. Like if you go to any independent sporting event, or you go see boxing, bottles get thrown, horrible things get shouted out. Horrible things I can't repeat on this podcast, but they're, a lot of racial stuff, especially when you get like a Latino, like if you get like a Mexican and a Puerto Rican in there, you'll hear some crazy racial stuff. Or if you get like a Latino and a black dude, you'll hear crazy racial stuff. I know that when I was playing in bands, when I would tour the country, I would get bottles thrown at me all the time. Nobody ever thought that they should be arrested. Nobody ever thought that I deserved more respect for that. It's only when
Did you stop the show ever to fight?
I loved it. I encouraged it. I thought it was funny. I liked that primal.
I threw a lighter at rest in peace. I didn't throw it at him. I threw it just kind of, I was on Molly and I just threw a lighter from the crowd to the stage because DMX was praying for too long.
Yeah.
Should I have been arrested? I don't know.
No, you shouldn't have been arrested. He probably, I'm not, RIP. I won't go.
Maybe we should cut out me throwing the lighter at DMX.
Well, maybe that. You didn't throw it at his coffin, did you? I was like, dog, that's not praying.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I just like I think these fans are out of control, but I don't think we need to be arresting people. And also, it's just like, Kevin Durant coming on and being like, we're humans, we're not zoo animals. And it's like, I understand what you're saying, but you do have $300 million. Is your life that bad? Do you really need to boo-hoo because a plastic bottle was thrown at you? I don't understand this. Like, you want to give me $300? Spit on me once a year. I don't give a shit. Like,
$300.
$300 million, I said.
He said $300 to get spit on once a year.
I would take that deal too. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? Sign me up. I don't know. It's just like I agree that these fans need to be reined in, but it's really hard for me to feel bad for millionaires. It's just always been very difficult. But then it's like, I do understand that these dudes do deserve respect. Here's my solution we can get it. Let's transition into another kind of in this area.
Sorry, last thing on this though, because these people are banned from these stadiums and arenas. How do you enforce that? Because that's what I've always said. Because there was a thing where a Red Sox fan had gotten banned for life from the stadium, and it's like they're not. That guy could easily go to as many games as he wants.
Yeah,
all these guys could go right back in.
Else buy the ticket. I mean, I was banned from a grocery store for shoplifting, and I went there like within a week.
Yeah,
it's like, what do you? And my fucking picture was on the wall.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. I think it's kind of more of a.
What you should do though, they should throw them out. They should make them have to sit in out of bottle throwing range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. You have to sit in the upper deck from now on.
Yeah, you can come, but nobody will be able to hear you yell your racial slurs or throw your bottles or dump your popcorn. You won't be able to do that, and you'll be sitting around other people who will know how to handle the situation.
Yeah, that's like the way that they're doing vaccinated sections right now. They should do like bottle thrower sections.
Yeah,
like
degenerate
guys.
section.
Yeah, degenerate sections. You go all the way up to the very top of the stadium.
Chicken wired off.
Yeah, you literally, chicken wire, barbed wire, maybe even like a little like plexiglass where nobody can hear you outside of that thing.
Maybe drill a hole in the ceiling so they can smoke up there.
Yeah. The more though I think about it, the more this section sounds pretty kick ass.
Yeah, it sounds, dude. I've always said that like when the TSA security went really nuts, I always thought that Greyhound should open an airline that is beholden to Greyhound security level kind of regulations where it's like, what you're signing up for. There very easily could be a beheading, a bomb, but like you will be able to walk right through and you'll be able to bring whatever the fuck you want to bring on.
Yeah.
And it'll be cheap as Greyhound. I would buy that shit every time.
Yeah, I would have no issue flying Greyhound Airlines.
Dude, that you should start that. Bruce Greyhound
Airlines.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck what you do.
It's on you, dude. If something bad happens, that's on you. That's your motto.
Well, okay, so this player respect thing is kind of similar to the were you talking about the Osaka thing?
Yeah, what's her first name?
Simone? No, let me look it up right now. Go on though.
Well, Naomi. I think, what is it?
Naomi
Osaka. Listen, maybe I think
Noemi.
In the conversation right now is should players be required to speak to the media? And my opinion on that is no. No player should be required to speak to the media. But there are advantages. Look at the way Marshawn Lynch handled the media made him able to launch a clothing line. And he's on every podcast because he showed a lot of personality and he showed how funny he was, even by ignoring them. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Like if you use the media the right way, you will make a lot of money. And that should be the only incentive where it's like, if you want to talk to the media and build your brand, that's great. If you want to be anonymous, go fucking be anonymous. That's fine. Yeah. I don't understand. Those interviews always stink unless you make them fun.
That's what I'm saying is that those interviews mostly stink whenever they're like A, B, and C type thing. So Billie Jean King reminds Naomi Osaka of the responsibility to the press. The media still play an important role of telling our story. And that's so untrue unless you're like funny.
No, also that's untrue now. People have so much more control over their story. The media is so much more irrelevant because of the internet. Yes, in 1970, whatever, when Billie King was playing, of course the media told her story. But if she didn't want to do media and just wanted to start a podcast, she could fucking tell her story and reach just as many people as ESPN could.
Yeah.
So that's not true. And just let her do whatever she wants. It's like
She's like the best player right now. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
She's number 2, so somebody's better.
Okay,
Who is
excuse me? Probably Serena, maybe.
No, Serena's
Is
like
she
40 years
dead?
old.
I have no idea, honestly. What I do know, here's another reason to not talk to the press. What's Petra Kvitova? I don't know how to say her name exactly. She's a Czech player. She's the 11th seed. Injured her ankle in a fall while performing her post-match media duties on Sunday the 11th. Or no, on Sunday. She's the 11th seed. So she hurt her ankle at the press conference, and now she's out of the French Open.
That's weird. How are you clumsy and you're an elite athlete?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's got to suck for her. But by the way, there's somebody named Ashley Barty who's Australian, who's number 1 in the world.
Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the hell that is.
She's 25 years old. She's she's from Australia. She's made this year. She's made $1.1 million this year.
Damn.
Total career earnings 18 mil.
Damn. It would be very funny if you're like, yeah, she's number 1 female tennis player in the world this year. She's made $390.
Tennis is one of those sports that the women's version has always been equally as interesting as the men's.
Yeah. Probably about equal pay too.
Yeah, probably around there. Thanks to the Williams sisters. I bet they changed it.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a shit about tennis. I like playing it, but I can't watch it for shit.
I liked it when I was a kid. Like I used to really watch Roger. I watched Roger Federer a lot when he was like really new, like 2005 ish.
I'll watch it every now and then. There's a match where they're like, this match has been going on for 3 weeks.
I really liked the Nadal Federer stuff. Like those matches were really cool. Like when there was like a good rivalry, but like it's not a sport I keep up with. I don't know who's number 1. I think Jokic. Jokic?
Yeah, Jokic from the Jazz.
No, I think what's that guy's name? It's like Jokic.
I have no clue. Tennis is one thing I really have no clue about.
Yeah, so I don't know. I say lay off the lady.
I just think it doesn't matter. Fuck the media.
Yeah, the media,
the fucking enemy of the people, dude. No, it's just sports media. When it comes to like press conferences and shit like that, it doesn't matter. It's like if you want to talk to somebody, go on the fucking like a Pat McAfee show. Pat McAfee is the new media when it comes to sports journalism.
Come here to Fat Jocks.
We'll have Fat Jocks.
Naomi, you believe me, we will not grill you with hard questions. We don't even know how. We don't have the capacity to come up with them.
Yeah, Naomi, come on down, dude. If you got something to say.
Yeah, no.
Here.
The only reason the media, this shit matters is because the media says it matters. It doesn't matter to any of us. Post-game interviews are the worst fucking things. The only time they're funny is like in the NBA when somebody dumps a bucket of water on somebody's head or like fucks with somebody behind them during the interview.
Yeah, or whenever like something happens and you want to watch the post-game interview to see if they're going to talk shit or not.
I mean, how many times can you listen to, I got to give a lot of credit to the other team. They put a lot of effort out there. Shout out to our fans. They came out strong. And, I just try to put my head down and do my role. Yeah. How many times do you need to fucking hear that?
Yeah, it's all silly. But so she's withdrawing because they're saying it's a mental health thing. She's depressed.
I haven't actually, she said mental health issues. I believe it's anxiety, which I get it, dude. Like, fucking you got to be mentally strong to deal with these fucking loser trolls that have access to you all the time.
Like the media or the fans?
The fans. I think that's part of the reason why I think she just wants to unplug.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's another thing. Billie Jean King doesn't understand this modern era. Like, Billie Jean King could just go home and it was all away. But she's got her phone. She's got her computer. People are around her all the fucking time. People are, her phone vibrates with somebody being like, you fucking suck, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these people, they deserve to unplug.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of back and forth where it's like, I don't give a shit how much money you have, but it's like, do you deserve to unplug? You're going back. You're kind of floundering here, Mr. Vokey.
No, I'm not floundering whatsoever. I think that Kyrie Irving doesn't have to talk to the media. But I think that when he stomps on a fucking logo and incites some aggression, when he gets a very minimal, not dangerous level of aggression back at him, he can shut the fuck up. I think it's two different things. I don't think Kyrie Irving needed to talk to the media about what happened. And I don't think that guy deserved to get arrested for throwing an empty water bottle at him. I mean, when you're paying $12 for a water bottle, part of what you're paying for is the ability to be able to throw it at fucking Kyrie Irving. That's what you're paying for.
That's part of the thing included in the $12.
Yes, exactly. If you're going to airport price me, you're going to gouge me. You better get a second use out of that other than hydration.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, who cares? As long as I throw it away. Who cares where I throw it away?
Yeah, like, listen, just because I don't care that Kevin Durant is a 300 millionaire who feels disrespected doesn't mean that I think he's obligated to me in any way whatsoever.
So what if Aaron Rodgers goes full Naomi Osaka and wants to unplug?
After seeing what he does when he plugs in, I'm all for it. I don't want to ever fucking see him play an acoustic guitar again. I think Aaron Rodgers should unplug. I think his social media presence is a little fucking annoying. Everything he does is like a Pac Sun commercial. I'm unplug, big guy, please.
I didn't mean to get you so fired up, dude.
I think they all have the right to do whatever they want, but let's not pretend a plastic bottle is a fucking bullet. You disgraced the logo and you got a little plastic thrown at you. Didn't even connect, although it was a great throw. Did you watch it?
It was a great throw for an empty water bottle.
He led him like a quarterback. Like if it was
he
right
had to have kind of done like a little bit of like a downward on that thing to get that to spiral.
Yeah,
because it's not easy to throw that. How far up was that guy?
It was more about how over he was. He was far over.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, if you're throwing an empty water bottle. Was it all the way empty? Any water in it?
Well, the way it was moving, it didn't look like there was any water in it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's an empty water bottle. It's not easy to throw.
Yeah. But meanwhile, you got Danny Ainge upstairs. Like he's going to come out and be like, you know, I would never throw something at somebody. That's very disgraceful.
How dare you just to cut to the video of him smashing that dude in the fucking head.
And also when fucking Danny Ainge threw that basketball in Marielli's face, remember that Danny Ainge got offered a full ride for baseball. Like he was like going to get drafted into the MLB as a baseball player.
Is it after he played basketball? Or before?
No, when he was in high school, he was like a 3-sport star and he was getting recruited D1 for everything.
Oh, gotcha.
He was like a crazy athlete.
Yeah.
He was like a little Christian McCaffrey.
Dude, this is kind of a besides the point thing. Have you seen these videos of Tatis lately? He's doing the splits everywhere.
He's dropping splits?
Have you seen any of this?
No.
I'll just show you this quickly, a few of these things. He's literally, I'll share real quick. Peep this. You got share screen? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watch him avoid this pitch in slow-mo here.
It's close to midnight.
Yeah, with that, and then hold on. Let me show you this one other one. Watch this.
Wow.
Watch him slide and stay on the bag. Dude, unreal.
That is crazy. Dude, Tatis and Ohtani are selling tickets, dude.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Tatis is just, I mean.
Is Vlad selling tickets too? Because there are some dope ass young stars in baseball right now.
Yeah, Ohtani's the fucking guy. I mean, Tatis obviously.
DeGrom is like the best pitcher since 1962 right now, as far as ERA is concerned.
Yeah, and the Mets are still fucking the Mets. They're always gonna be.
Yeah, dude, he's 4-2 and his ERA is 0.72.
Crazy. Dude, so Billy Hamilton. You seen Billy Hamilton the past few days?
No.
He hit 2 home runs in 2 straight games.
Where is he now?
He's at the White Sox, but he's like. Finally, I think like because they have all those injuries, Billy Hamilton's playing every day, and like,
are they letting him bat with the right hand?
He's always switch hit, but he's hitting.
Didn't you say they were forcing him to go left?
They were forcing him to switch hit,
but he has a dominant hand though, right?
He was a right-handed batter until he got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So he's switch hitting, but he's like in the lineup every day right now, I believe, and he's like actually getting a chance to like produce and is like hitting really well. He's hitting home runs. Like, is
he still fast? Because he's getting a little older.
Yeah, I mean, he hit an inside the park home run the other day. Fucking,
what you got?
Like this week he's gotten like he hit an inside the park home run on a play that was not even like, because usually if you have an inside the park home run, you're like, a lot of shit's going on.
A lot of wacky nonsense.
Yeah, like a lot of dumb shit.
I'll tell you, for the folks at home, the reason why we're even talking about Billy Hamilton is because Bruce used to work for a minor league baseball team that Billy Hamilton played for, and they are kind of friends to the fact that we were at a basketball game one time. Was it the Clippers or the Lakers?
It was Clippers.
We went to a Clippers game, and Bruce, by the way, who can recognize people from far, far away. I don't recognize my father when he's right in front of me, but Bruce saw court level. There was some on the court side. There were some really shiny shoes. He was wearing like disco ball shoes.
Yeah.
And Bruce was like, I think that's Billy Hamilton. And then you DM'd him on Twitter, and he looked up and waved to you.
Yeah.
So Billy Hamilton's a friend of the show is what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Billy Hamilton, friend of the show, but he's like producing, playing every day. It's cool to see.
Yeah, he's kind of rotting down there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and he's bounced around a little bit, and it's just he's like not really utilized. I don't know. He's not really utilized well. He's a great defender. He's a good. I don't know. He's got a lot of potential.
Fastest person in baseball.
Yeah, obviously very fast. What do you think about Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul?
I don't know how to feel about this. There's a couple things here. Tyron Woodley is a good striker, and he boxes. He's a good striker. He was a great striker. But he's lost his last 3, 4, 5 fights violently.
Yeah.
So, and Jake Paul, as much as I don't care for his career, he's not a dummy. That's one thing we can all agree on. And he knows how to pick his people. And so I'm a little concerned that, I'm happy. I'm always happy when real fighters get a payday. Like that's a cool thing because he's going to get paid more for this than any UFC fight he ever had. Even the Colby Covington one, which was super hyped up because that goes back to that reality show that UFC used to do. They've hated each other for a long time. They started as friends and ended up hating each other. Great story. This fight's still going to blow that away for the payday. Theoretically, Tyrannosaurus Woodley should win this fight. There's no reason he should lose this, but there's also a reason that Jake Paul picked this fight. There's got to be something they saw because he's got pros around him. So I'm sure he's got scouts who are like, what's the logical next step? Who's the most vulnerable, but will seem
like a real fight.
Yeah. So to me, I'm like, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on this that Woodley's just going to come out and bust him up. I would still, and it's not a boxer. It's still a guy who has spent his entire adult life having feet in play. So that's a whole different kind of footwork. That's a whole different kind of handwork. And it's a whole different kind of positioning. So like, and Jake Paul, as new as he is, he's exclusively trained boxing. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily ruling Jake Paul out of this fight. The thing is, Tyran can take a hit better than even Ben Askren can, but also Tyran's eyebrows, they bust open in both of his eyebrows are just scar tissue, and they bust open super easy. So if Jake Paul can just land a jab on that face, he's going to gush because he's a gusher. So optics, it's going to look good for Jake because even if he has a terrible performance, he could still split him open, no problem, because his eyebrows are just like I said, like gushers. So
Woodley is just so fucking shredded though, dude. And Woodley can throw him, but you understand what you're saying with the training when it comes to boxing and whatever else, but
yeah, listen, it's Mayweather's going to piece up.
That's this week. I'm excited. That's this Sunday. I don't know why they're doing it on Sunday.
I don't know. There's no big boxing. There's no big fight.
I have a show. I'm still gonna figure it out. I really want to see it.
I'm so happy that this is on Showtime and not Triller.
The Jake Paul or the Jake Paul one is on Showtime. This next one coming up this Sunday is on Triller.
No. They're both Showtime. The Paul brothers are with Showtime now, which is a huge relief. But it won't be nearly as bad as Triller.
There won't be a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, and there's a decent light heavyweight fight on the card. Badu Jack, the Swedish guy, is fighting Jean Pascal, the Canadian guy. These are two top 10 light heavyweights. They're on the downhill of their careers. They're not up there with like the better light heavyweights, but they're decent. That's like a good fight. I don't know who else is on the card. I think it's all Mayweather promotion fighters on the undercard.
Chad Johnson and Brian Maxwell. Is that the Chad Johnson I'm thinking of?
That's Chad Ochocinco.
Okay, so Chad Ochocinco is on the card.
Yeah, I purposely didn't have any interest in talking about that.
All right.
You know what I would like to see though? If we are going to do dream like not boxers boxing, I'd like to see Chad Johnson, Terrell Owens.
That would be good.
Yeah,
If we're gonna do something like that.
OG divas.
Yeah,
But I mean, Terrell Owens is so goddamn beautiful. You'd hate to see that face fucked up.
he really is.
You ever watch? He went on Tyson's podcast, and Terrell would be in the middle of talking. And Terrell obviously has insane media training because he just doesn't even come across like a human being for the first half of the interview. And Tyson is desperately trying to get him to be a human being.
Yeah.
But he just sounds so media trained. But Tyson would just interrupt Terrell Owens being like, "You're so fucking pretty. You're so fucking beautiful. You're a beautiful black man. God damn, man, you're so beautiful. How you so strong with such a pretty face?"
The prison mic is coming out.
Could you imagine a guy who's been in jail for the things he went to jail for allegedly? I don't even want to say it.
Telling you how pretty you are.
Yes, Jesus Christ,
dude. Okay. What do you think is going to happen in this Mayweather Logan Paul fight?
Well,
like, what is your realistic prediction?
Here's the thing about Mayweather. The guy is, believe it or not, I think he's underrated, honestly, as a fighter.
Interesting.
But he's not offensive. He's 154 pounds.
Yes. Just short of 150 in his last outing, it says.
But I think he's allowed to weigh like up to 160 for this fight. And Logan Paul has to come in under 190. Now, it would be a different story if he was fighting Jake Paul. Because have you watched Logan Paul?
Do you think that Jake is much better than Logan?
Jake is leagues better.
Then why is Logan getting this fight?
Logan, I mean, probably with the reason I just said. I bet Mayweather was like, I'll make $100 million. I'll go 6 rounds with this fucking horrible fighter. What I think Mayweather's going to do is he's just going to piece him up with a jab. He's just going to pepper him. You're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see a big. I don't even know if he's going to. I don't think he's going to knock him out. He might drop him, but I don't think he's going to knock him out. But I think he's just going to point him, and everybody's going to be really upset. I think they're going to be super bored. I think it's just like when
Mayweather's fights usually are boring.
Well, if you don't like boxing,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you want to see action, if you want to see somebody out there getting CTE, this is not the fight.
That's going to be Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul.
Yeah, that'll probably be that one. But Logan Paul's not going to listen. If Canelo Alvarez cannot land on Mayweather, if a 23-year-old Canelo Alvarez, who at that point had been pro for 8 years already, could not land on, you really think Logan Paul is going to land on fucking Mayweather?
I just think that Mayweather's old.
He's 44.
He hasn't fought in almost 4 years.
4 years he hasn't fought, and that fight was McGregor, so that's not a real fight.
Yeah, so he hasn't really fought
Manny Pacquiao, which was 2015, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see Mayweather slipping up somewhere and just something happening.
I see Mayweather slipping up a lot. I don't see Logan Paul being able to capitalize.
I don't think that Logan Paul is going to. I don't see Logan Paul winning this fight. I see Floyd Mayweather losing this fight.
Listen, here's the problem with Logan Paul is that yes, Mayweather will be slower and yes, he'll slip up, but Logan Paul's not going to have the skills to take advantage of those slip ups. It's kind of like, I remember one time I was hearing Louis and CK and Kevin Hart were getting interviewed when they were touring for Secret Life of Pets. They were doing a junket. And the reporter goes, "Do you guys bomb?" And Louis and Kevin both at the same time go, "Yes, but you wouldn't know it." They're like, we have bad sets, and we walk back and we know we have a bad set. And to anybody else who saw it, they would think it was a great set, but we know it was bad. That's what's going to happen with Mayweather. Mayweather's going to fuck up, and Logan Paul's not even going to know it. He's not even going to know that Mayweather just fucked up. It's going to be boring. It's going to be a jab fest.
Are you going to watch it?
I feel like I have to, just to be able to talk about it. As much as I'm not interested in it, but the fact I said on the last thing, I said I'm not supporting Triller. And this is Triller bothers me more than the Paul brothers, to be honest. At least the Paul brothers train. At least they actually try to take it seriously. But I hate Snoop Dogg so fucking much. I mean, they're like, it's the nostalgia fest that Triller is. Just makes me fucking sick. And watching Roy Jones gasp for air after that, I mean, everything Triller done has just sucked. So I have less of a problem supporting Showtime, even though I think Showtime books some of the worst fights of legitimate boxing. But so I will watch it because we got to be able to talk about it.
That's fair.
on this pod, but I couldn't be less interested, honestly.
All right. Okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not even interested in this Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight that's coming up in July.
Just because you feel like you've seen it too many times already. It's fast.
Why do we need that
It's Fast 9 to you.
Why do we need that for a third time? But you know what? I did go back and watch. Remember when Deontay Wilder beat up that troll?
Yes.
So if you guys don't remember, there's this guy. What's his fucking? I can't remember his name. Steven something, Filenzo or something. He's an internet troll, and he's in the news again. Allegedly, Shannon Briggs, who's Cannon Briggs on IG, former heavyweight champion of the world. Shannon Briggs has been trolling him. He's been FaceTiming him and putting him up on his IG. This guy that he shit talked Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder flew out to LA in a boxing environment, legitimately beat his fucking ass with gloves on in a fair way, and just dominated him and made him say, and that was the end of that guy for a while. Well, he's back up in the news now, and allegedly he might be stalking Kim Kardashian. He might be named as a stalker of Kim Kardashian, but Shannon Briggs has been saying that he was going to hook him up with Kim, and he got him on FaceTime and was telling him, he's like, all right, young brother, I need you to maybe do some push-ups before you get that pump in, get your testosterone level up, get some cologne on, and I'm going to link you to. Shannon Briggs is a great follow. Like I said, is Cannon Briggs, because he's trying to get into this League of Legends, this Legends type shit that Tyson's doing.
Yeah.
He's calling out Klitschko. He's calling out like Lennox Lewis. He's calling out fat James Toney. And James Toney is a great boxer. He's gotten super fat. So he's just making fat memes about James Toney every day. I strongly suggest checking out Shannon Briggs' Instagram.
Oh man. Yeah. Check it out.
Let's go, champ.
There's a lot of good sports drama around right now with the Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau stuff was real good.
Yep. And we got Aaron Rodgers and who's Aaron Rodgers with against Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, that's coming up too. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers golfing. Oh, it's with DeChambeau.
Yeah, Bryce DeChambeau.
I believe, or maybe it's Koepka. I think it's DeChambeau though.
I remember thinking that Aaron Rodgers clearly seemed like he was with the villains.
Yeah, DeChambeau is definitely a villain, but he rocks.
The good guys are Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady.
Yeah, DeChambeau is just shredded. He has a wild swing. He has the farthest drive on the tour right now.
Can I say that the one thing I never thought of ahead of time when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl was how many times my father would say that he's living in Champa Bay after that.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's like Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Bucks. It's like you've watched 7 minutes of hockey in your entire life. And he's like, we're in Champa Bay.
You got me down here.
Yeah. You know the Vokies are champions.
So funny. You want to wrap up on this pop quiz here?
Yeah, please do.
We got pop quiz. Pop quiz with Bert Gray and Brian Bokey. We got pop quiz. So the list of the top 100 NFL players that comes out every year by my man Pete Prisco, who I don't quite know who that is. I just like the name. But how do you want to do this? I got top 10 right here. You want to go 10-1?
I'm sorry, my I'm scheduling. I'm gonna have surgery on my shoulder, I think.
Okay.
I didn't mean to disrupt you, but the doctor just texted me and I read it and I missed what you just said to set it up. So can we start over? I'm so sorry.
You're fucking washed. What I said was,
I'm not washed. I'm carrying this fucking show.
Oh, that's how you hurt your shoulder? Is that what this entire thing was about? I told you I was sick. I've been sick. And I had to do 6
That's
shows.
why these shoulders were built, was to carry. Isn't that what LeBron just said?
I don't know. I did 6 shows this weekend while I was sick. Like I'm the real champion.
You did 12 minutes, dog. You did.
No.
Add all 5 of those shows up. It only adds up to 1 real show.
Yeah, but then I did another one in the parking lot of the club. That was
Nobody asked you to do that.
That was a guest spot.
You asked to do that yourself.
I did not. I was there. I was you son of a bitch.
Oh, they were begging you?
They begged me. They begged. They begged me.
They were like, we need to get Bruce Gray on this friggin' show.
I was there. I showed up early. My girlfriend was on the show. I went there to hang out. I had a seltzer. I already had 1 hot dog. I was in the middle of my bratwurst. They came over and said, hey, we need you to do a guest spot to fill some time. And I said, you know what? I am the real champion. I'd already eaten 1 dog. I put down that bratwurst and I said, put me in, champ. Let's go.
You
Went
put
up there.
put it down. You mean you just shoved it down your fucking
No,
gullet?
I set it on a bunch of pallets and I
Ate it like a
finished it after
pelican.
my
You
set.
snapped your neck back and threw it down your fucking.
No, it was good and I wanted to finish it, so I ate it cold later. Piece of shit.
Okay,
They needed
so what are we
me.
doing here?
They were
Top
begging
10?
me out there. I don't even know how to. I can't even look at you. I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, whatever.
Hold on. There goes all my energy for the day. How dare you? So, this is the pop quiz. The list of the top 10 players, NFL, top 100 NFL players came out today.
Player voted?
No, it's Pete Prisco.
Oh, yeah.
So it's his list. So what kind of information do you want? You want to go 10 to 1 here?
We'll go. No, let's go 1 to 10.
Okay. Do you want positions or do you want to know how many of each position are in the top whatever?
We'll go by position. Just tell me the position and the number.
I think we should go 10 to 1.
Okay. It's okay. All right. Let's
All right. So I'll tell you this. There's 5 quarterbacks in the top 10.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So number 10 is a quarterback.
There's 5 quarterbacks. So this will be the 5th best quarterback according to Pete Briscoe. So you got Mahomes, A-Rod, Brady, Russell Wilson, and then you got who would be the 5th best? Deshaun Watson's got to be up there, but I don't know with his crime stuff. I don't know if people are kind of pretending he's not there. And then you also got Justin Fields would be up there. So I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson.
I'm
gonna go with
Josh Allen.
Oh, I forgot about his country ass. All right, Josh Allen, number 10.
All right. Next, I'll just tell you that I'll say right or wrong. All right. Number 9 is a defensive end. There's 2 defensive ends on this list.
Number 9 is a defensive end. What is TJ Watt? What does TJ Watt play?
TJ Watt is not a defensive end.
Okay. Is Chase Young?
No.
Okay.
This man has gotten himself into a little bit of trouble on the field.
Oh, Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
Okay. I love
Myles
Garrett.
Me too. Number 8 is a quarterback.
Russell Wilson.
Number 7 is a wide receiver. You would be surprised that they would name him the number 1 wide receiver.
That they wouldn't name him the number 1 wide receiver?
That they would name him the top wide receiver.
Is he the only wide receiver on this list?
On the top 10, yes.
Okay, who are the best receivers in football? You got Devontae, you've got Julio, you've got DeAndre, you've got the best wide receiver in football. Who led the league in receptions last year? Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs did lead the league in the reception last year, but I believe he's number 12. This is number 7.
They have somebody who they think is better than Stephon Diggs.
It would make you happy.
Devontae Adams.
Whoop,
whoop. I just am so used to being disrespected.
Yeah, of course. Number 6 is a linebacker.
TJ Watt.
Number 5, probably too obvious, is a tight end.
Well, it's not crazy obvious, but I would guess Travis Kelce. Because you got the dude, I guess he was hurt last year from the Niners.
Yeah. Dude, I met Travis Kelce was at the Comedy Store one time. He is fucking massive.
He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, dude, the booker or the GM. I'm so used to saying booker whenever I talk about the person at a comedy club because that's who, like, in LA, it's all split up among people. But like the GM at Helium was telling me a story this weekend about there was the dude who was featuring Jake Silverman, and then the GM were telling a story about one time when Adamakan Sue came into the club
from Portland.
So it's him and a few of his boys, he said, and they both said that his boys were even bigger than him, but they were large. And the booker's like a good looking dude. He looks kind of like Colin Kaepernick, but he's like shredded and he's like super cool. But he like runs the shit out of the club. Like he fucking bounces people out. He fucking runs sound. He does everything. It's pretty cool to see. But he was telling the story. He's like, man, he's like, the only time I've ever got punked in this entire time I worked here was by Sue. Because he said that he went over there And he didn't realize who it was, and it was dark, and he walked over there, and like as he was walking up, he's like, "Hey man, I gotta have y'all guys off your phone like during the show." And then he said that, so just looked up at him, and he went, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. And then just walked away. And he was like,
Donovan stepped on his groin.
Yeah, but that's what we were laughing. We were like, dude, because he was saying he was explaining it to his girlfriend. He was like, he's not only a massive football player, but he's a bully to other football players.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only is he an alpha male gargantuan dude, but he bullies other alpha male gargantuan dudes.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
Okay.
Number 4 is a quarterback.
We've already got 2. So Tom Brady.
Number 3 is a quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
Number 2 is a defensive player.
Aaron Donald.
And number 1 is
Patrick
a quarterback.
Mahomes.
There it is. Easy money from Brian Vokey.
I feel like I did all right with that.
Yeah. The first few were rough. I should have.
The defensive end was tough because I forget who plays outside, because all the leading sack leaders now are outside linebackers.
Yeah. TJ Watt, I was surprised with being so far up there.
Legit. He's so fun.
Yeah. So just running down the list. Number 11, they said Derrick Henry. 12, Stephon Diggs. 13, Tyreek Hill. 14, Jaire Alexander. 15, Jalen Ramsey. 16, Trent Williams. 17, Nick Bosa. 19, Zach Martin, a guard. 19, Dalvin Cook, and 20, Khalil Mack.
I disagree with a lot of that, but whatever. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah, I mean,
Khalil Mack was garbage last year. Straight trash.
Where's Lamar Jackson? 29. He had a bad year last year.
He can't throw. I mean, he could throw the shit out of it, but he can't accurately. He's just not a good. I don't know.
35 is cool. They got Darren Waller, the tight end. Remember that dude on Hard Knocks? He was addicted to pills and shit.
Yeah, Darren Waller had a glorious comeback, dude. He's a great interview too. He's one of those keep it real dudes.
Yeah, he's a G, dude. He was fucking popping Oxycontin and shit.
Yeah, he said he didn't care about football. Now he's like, I mean, he's up there. He's top 5 tight end for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
What is that dude who I'm thinking of for the Niners who's so fucking good?
George Kittle?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Good podcast host too.
His pod?
I think he co-hosts the Bus Boys.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
I think Tyler Lewin may have
taken Tyler Lewin. That's that dude who remember that showed you that video of him fucking with Josh Norman?
Yes.
Where he shoots the arrow at him.
He's hosting now, but I think Kittle used to host Bus Boys, co-host Bus
Damn.
Boys.
Yeah, Bus Boys is tight. I didn't realize that was him. Hell yeah. All right, dude. You want to wrap it up? You got anything else you got to say? Any apologies you got to administer?
No, I still am pissed at Billy Joe Saunders. I'm still pissed at Tyson Fury. I'm still pissed at Aaron Rodgers. Red Sox first place. The Bruins are looking like they're going to make a run at the Cup. They're in the second round. They're winning that series. Celtics lost to the disgusting Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving, you're a piece of shit. But
you think the Nets are the best big three of all time?
Dude, Steph Curry, Durant. Well, I guess you can't really put fucking what's his name?
Clay.
Clay's not as good as Irving, Harden, or Durant.
In a 3-on-3 game, you put any big three up against those three, I think it's them.
Garnett. See, Ray Allen's kind of on the edge.
Yeah.
Even though he hit the big shots, but Garnett and Pierce are clearly better. None of those three guys are clearly better than the other ones. Although I will say Durant and Harden are clearly better than Irving. But
aren't these 3-4? Did Kyrie ever win an MVP?
MVP? Hell no. No. Finals MVP? Yes.
Yeah. 3 MVP caliber players.
Yeah, I don't know. I just really am just over Kyrie. I try to defend him, but he's a cocksucker.
Now you don't have to. He's not your guy. He's not on your team.
I know. But I like Brooklyn too. Like I just like when the Knicks are not even relevant in their own city.
But the Nets can't even sell tickets.
I know. And the Knicks, you see how the Knicks fans losing their minds over one playoff? They haven't won a playoff game since. The Hawks are just trashing them. The Hawks are a fun team, dude. Clint Capella. Everywhere Clint Capella goes, they win. Listen, I always feel like I could talk about basketball, but it seems like you're just not interested.
I'll listen.
Clint Capella. Now, when he was with the Rockets, the win percentage with him on the floor versus off the floor is dramatic. It's crazy how much more the Rockets won with him on the floor. Back when they were going to the Western Conference Finals.
Rockets
and now he's on the fucking Hawks. And Trae Young, ugliest man in basketball, I love him though. He's so fucking cool.
Those Trey's balding flyers were very funny.
Yeah, they also everybody's making him look like the that Mario character with the eyebrows, that brown Mario character. Yeah. But Trey Young, and then John Collins has kind of fallen off, but like DeAndre Hunter, like, I mean, I don't know. The Hawks are like one of my favorite teams to watch this year. And I love when Atlanta's good at something. I love that city to death. And and the Hawks are always like, they're classically my entire childhood. The Hawks would be like first place and then they would be out in the first round.
Yeah.
They were just like, they just couldn't play in the playoffs back when they had, who was their coach? Lenny Wilkins or some shit? I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, that's a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe or whatever.
Yeah. Good luck to Brian. Brian's going to see Dr. James Andrews to get a second opinion on that shoulder. So we'll see what happens.
I tore my rotator cuff on the heavy bag, bro. But now what it's made, my left hook is fucking vicious now because my right hook is done.
Dude, Jake Paul, call my mans. Get him on the card.
I would do it.
Fighting who? Who would you want to fight?
I'd rather fight Logan, but I'll take either.
Maybe you can fight Ben Askren.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'd fight Ben Askren for free.
All right. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.